Hey guys, we're here with another NPL battle for Season 2 of the National Pokemon League. I am the coach of the Reno Regis, and this is our Week 1 team prep for our battle against the Borussia Darkrai and their coach Rezilient, a very familiar face and a very good friend to me. His channel link will definitely be down in the description below, so you guys should also check him out and see the battle from his perspective. But real quick, we will go over what the Borussia Darkrai have drafted. They have Mega Scizor, Latios, Mamoswine, Cofagrigus, Meloetta, Blastoise, Thundurus Incarnate, Deontay, Pangoro, Gorobus, and Steelix. My team, of course, is Mega Venusaur, Jirachi, Togekiss, Hydreigon, Tentacruel, Dugtrio, Sneasel, Rotom-Mow, Chandelure, Archeops, and Sock. So when I sat down to team prep, started building this team, I honestly started building this team right after we finished drafting, but I kind of just played around with sets. Nothing was really set in stone until recently. But when I started building for this team, the very first thing I noticed is that he doesn't have a grass type, meaning he has no immunities to my Sleep Powder or my Leech Seed on my Mega Venusaur. So that is exactly the first thing we decided to bring onto this team. So here we have Nettlebane, our Mega Venusaur, holding the Venusaurite with the ability Thick Fat, has the moves Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Synthesis, and Sleep Powder, excuse me. With 252 HP, 132 defense, 4 special attack, 4 special defense, and 116 speed with a bold nature. If you guys did not know, we are playing on level 50, which is why you are seeing these weird EV spreads. If I had just invested more into defense or more into speed or anything, I'd be wasting EVs, because they wouldn't change the stat at all. So that's why we have 4 in special attack and 4 in special defense. But once again, he has no grass types, meaning he has no immunities to Leech Seed or Synthesis. Or excuse me, Leech Seed or Sleep Powder. Nothing on his team gets things like Overcoat or Insomnia or anything like that either. So we are good to go in that department. Synthesis is for my own recovery, and Giga Drain is so I'm not completely useless. Mega Venusaur is really my best check I have to Mamoswine as well, which is why we're running quite a bit of defense investment. Because all of the things I have that resist ice are weak to ground except for Sneasel, which can't really take an Earthquake from a Mamoswine, and plus Mamoswine learns Superpower, and I definitely can't take that. So I have Mega Venusaur, who is neutral to both of Mamoswine's stabs, doesn't really care about knockoff, doesn't really care about Stone Edge, and really doesn't care about Superpower. So that's pretty much everything that Mamoswine can do offensively. However, Mamoswine, I'm assuming, will probably set up Stealth Rocks this game. If not, it's going to be the Deontay or the Steelix if they come, but I'm expecting them less. Honestly, if I could predict him to bring 6 Mons, it would be Mamoswine, Latios, Thundurus, Cofagrigus for sure. Those 4, 100%. It's honestly up in the air between Meloetta, Mega Scizor, Blastoise, and Pangoro. I'm actually probably really expecting Pangoro. I don't think Deontay is coming, but it could be, which is why we have to prep for it. The speed investment we have, the 116 speed EVs, is so I will outspeed a max speed timid Gorobus and hopefully put it to sleep. So, excuse me, assuming I can hit a Sleep Powder. That is one of my best ways to potentially stop a Baton Pass, Shell Smash sweep, because that is 100% legal in this league. So I need to prep for it. The next thing I wanted on this team was a really good wall breaker, so I decided to use Hydreigon. So here we have Triforce our Hydreigon, holding the Life Orb with the ability Levitate, has the moves Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, and Fire Blast with 60 HP, 252 special attack, and 196 speed with a timid nature. That amount of speed will be outspeeding normal form Meloetta by 1 point, and OHKOing with a Life Orb Dark Pulse. In addition, that's one of the better things I have to hit the Latios and the Cofagrigus. Draco Meteor hits the entirety of his team besides Deontay, Mega Scizor, and Steelix for super effective damage or neutral damage, which is why we have Flash Cannon for the Deontay and Fire Blast for the Mega Scizor and Steelix. Flash Cannon will OHKO Deontay, Fire Blast will OHKO Scizor, and 2-hit KO potentially OHKO the Steelix if he's running enough special defense investment. So yeah, that is our Hydreigon this week. It's just a really good wall breaker, going to be able to take down the things that my team would struggle with dealing with otherwise. So the next thing we have on our team is Superstar our Jirachi. We decided to go with our defensive core out of our triple core strategy this week because we are running Leftovers with Serene Grace, the moves Iron Head, Play Rough, Thunder Wave, and Stealth Rock with 252 HP, 244 special defense, and 12 speed with a careful nature. That little bit of speed will guarantee that I'm outspeeding a max speed Jolly Pangoro, I believe. So I can OHKO him with Play Rough or hit him with a Thunder Wave, potentially. Probably just OHKO him with Play Rough. I'm a little bit worried about Rezilient, but that's neither here nor there. Iron Head is for stab. Play Rough, as I said, is for the Pangoro, which is normally a pretty good, pretty reliable switch into Jirachi. Thunder Wave is to slow things down. He's got a pretty quick team, and I'd like to slow them down. And Stealth Rock because, spoiler alert, we are not bringing Archeops or Dugtrio this week, so it's the only thing I have to learn Stealth Rocks. So we went specially defensive with a physically defensive Venusaur, and yeah, that is going to be our core this week. Moving on to the next thing on our team is Cupcake, our Togekiss, holding the Kibia Berry with the ability Serene Grace. I would have rather had Super Luck, but you can't run Super Luck and Defog, so that's why. But we have the moves Dazzling Gleam, Fire Blast, Roost, and Defog, as I said, with 244 HP, 12 defense, 76 special attack, 4 special defense, and 172 speed with a bold nature. That amount of speed will be outspeeding a non-Scarf Pangoro, max speed Jolly, and that amount of special attack will be OHKOing Steelix with Fire Blast. And that's the standard Smogon and you tank Steelix. Dazzling Gleam hits the entirety of his team for at least neutral damage except for Scizor and Steelix, which Fire Blast annihilates. That was the reason we put Togekiss on this team. Roost is for my own recovery, and Defog because we're not bringing Tentacruel or Archeops this week, and it's my I didn't really need a fourth move, so I just decided to get Hazard removal just in case I need it. What's interesting though is the Kibia Berry. What that will do is reduce the damage taken from a super effective poison type move. I can take a Bullet Punch from Mega Scizor, and I could potentially take a Heavy Slam from the Steelix. I really don't think Steelix is coming though. But what I can't take is a Scarf Pangoro Gunk Shot. And I really need to OHKO that thing with Dazzling Gleam. So we can take a Gunk Shot with the Kibia Berry and kill it with Dazzling Gleam. If he's not Scarfed, then we're outspeeding him, hitting him with a Dazzling Gleam, and say he's like Roselli Berry, he probably takes it, hits us with a Gunk Shot, we take it, and then we OHKO it, or we finish him off with Dazzling Gleam. So that's the logic behind the Kibia Berry. I feel like it'll honestly work better than Babiri Berry if I wanted to run that to potentially take Steel-type moves better. I think the Kibia Berry will work. But up next, we have Chandelure, Requiem, our Chandelure, holding the Choice Scarf with the ability Infiltrator. Has the moves Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Psychic, and Hidden Power Steel. With 84 defense, 252 special attack, and 172 speed with a timid nature. Excuse me. That amount of speed in cohesion with our Choice Scarf will be outspeeding the Meloetta's alternate form, the base 128 Pirouette form, and OHKOing with Psychic. Fire Blast and Shadow Ball is really good coverage for his team. He doesn't have anything that resists both of those things. Although there isn't much in the game that resists it. Like, for example, Latios resists Fire Blast, is weak to Shadow Ball. Blastoise resists Fire Blast, is neutral to Shadow Ball. Deontay resists Fire Blast, will be OHKO'd by HP Steel, which is why we have that on his set. Deontay is probably the most specially defensive thing on his team, besides maybe Meloetta, but that's what we have. Honestly, a Fire Blast is going to annihilate that thing pretty well. And if it's the alternate form, then we can run Psychic and hit it. We're running Infiltrator rather than Flash Fire because he doesn't have Fire Stab on his team. And even if he wanted to run like Fire Fang Steelix, or Latios gets HP Fire commonly, Cofagrigus can use Will-O-Wisp. Honestly, Will-O-Wisp is probably the most thing to be expected. But Infiltrator, just because he doesn't have very good Fire type coverage on his team, so I didn't see the need for Flash Fire, so we just decided to run Infiltrator in case he wants to set up a sub or something like that. You never know. Oh, excuse me. But the last bone we are bringing on this team is a little bit of a fun set. We are bringing Baby Frostbite the Sneasel with the Lumberry, holding a Lumberry, and the ability Pickpocket. Has the moves Icicle Crash, Knock Off, Low Kick, and Snatch with 20 HP, 252 attack, 4 defense, 4 special defense, 228 speed, and a Jolly Nature. That amount of speed will be outspeeding the Thunderous Incarnate by 1 point. The fastest thing on his team if he does not bring the alternate form Meloetta. Ice and Dark is really good against this team. And Low Kick is there to handle the Steelix, the Mamoswine, and the Pangoro, which are pretty good switch-ins to Ice and Dark type moves. I don't have anything that can really hit the Mega Scizor, so there's no point in running coverage for it, so we decided to run Snatch. If he decides to set up a Shell Smash against my Sneasel with his Gorbis, I can Snatch and take those boosts instead and absolutely sweep him, because at that point the only thing truly stopping Sneasel would be a really defensive Scizor, which honestly Scizor is probably going to have to go before I try to pull this off. Two things that can really stop Sneasel would be a really defensive Scizor or a Prankster T-Wave from Thundurus, which is why we have the Lumberry. If he does not bring Thundurus, then Lumberry will be good to potentially take a Scaldbird. So we have that going for us. This is the team we are rocking for our Week 1 battle against Rezilient. The battle will be uploaded tomorrow. You should be seeing this on Saturday, and by the time you have seen this video, Rezilient and I will have already battled. So there's no worry about him seeing what I'm bringing, of course. But the battle will be happening tomorrow on Sunday, that'll be August 14th, I believe. So yeah, I do hope you guys are excited for our Week 1 battle of the NPL. A like and a subscription will be much appreciated if you want to keep updated with the NPL. Once again, definitely check out Rezilient. His YouTube will be down in the description below, as well as the NPL Twitter and NPL YouTube channel. They will also be down in the description below. The NPL Twitter will help you keep updated on all things NPL, and the YouTube channel should be having some fun stuff, things like power rankings and Pick'em Crew, things like that, of course. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Freeze Dry Jazz, who made our amazing Reno Regis logo. His Twitter and YouTube will also be down in the description below. But for now, I do hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you tomorrow at our battle. Later.